When you're getting communities together, you need to build a bridge. Find out what it's all about coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Grassy, Granite, and Marble on the frontage road off Highway 544 between the Intercoastal Waterway and South Carolina 31. We're focused on the Building Bridges program that kicks off today at 4. And we're visiting with the chairman of the Small and Minority Division of the Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce. I hope I got that right.
Correct.
Scottie Davis.
Great.
It's a big old title there, the
It
Small
is.
and Minority Business Division
It's the
of the
division.
Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce.
That's
a lot
correct.
happening at the chamber right
Oh,
now,
yes,
Scottie.
yes. We're wide open today.
Yeah, a lot going on, of course, today at 4 o'clock, but just all week long and
All week, yes.
first
Our
quarter's
Building
got a lot.
Bridges starts
Right.
today,
Right.
4 p.m. at the Point Adult Education Center, 4 to 6 p.m. Certainly invite all your viewers to come on out and join us.
Right,
It's a great
right.
time.
And today is the first in a 6-week program.
It's the first day we're starting today, 6-week program, only 2 hours of your time to come out and really have some meaningful dialogue with all sorts of people from across the community.
Mm-hmm. I think I saw in reading a little bit from the brochure about the Building Bridges program that over 800 folks have attended this program in the last, I guess, number of years.
About
even.
9 years now.
Is that
We've
right?
started in 1999, actually. Yes, and we've had scores of people, hundreds, as you said, about 800 people have attended throughout the 9 years we've had the program. It's been a wonderful success. We've talked about diversity issues, and we're unafraid to tackle those issues and try to get some meaningful dialogue and try to create some change there and help to understand one another. We've had a wonderful time doing that in the last 9 years.
This is something that even our viewers here on the Strand or in southeastern North Carolina could easily travel to. A lot of these things aren't being tackled head on down here. I
Exactly.
mean, we're not to take anything away from the local chambers of commerce, but the Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce has really tackled some issues head on, diversity issues and otherwise, that need to be recognized.
Correct. I think the chamber should be applauded for as being a visionary and looking at this, particularly in the workplace. We're looking at workplace issues. A lot of times we bring our baggage into the workplace. We spend at least 8 hours a day for most of us in the workplace. We're working beside people that are different from us. We need to learn how to get along. And the chamber, again, is a change agent in looking at these issues and bringing it to the forefront. Oftentimes we try to sweep it under the rug and minimize the effect, but it could have damaging effects in your business and in your corporate environment. We like to bring that to the forefront and say, let's just talk about this. Let's discuss the issues. We realize we have more in common than we don't, so let's kind of build on those positives there, and let's talk about some of the diversity issues. We all have our, again, some predisposed to some issues,
Right.
Some problems we may have had encountered. But again, we want to bring it in a neutral environment. We have trained moderators who want to sit down and really have some meaningful dialogue.
That's tremendous, Scottie. Real quick about yourself. Are you originally from the area?
Not originally from the area. I've been here about 10 years now. My paid job is working with the City of Florence as the Director of Community Services. Certainly I volunteer with the Chamber.
Right.
Oftentimes a lot of work goes on there, but I'm originally from Winsboro, South Carolina.
Okay,
About
great.
30 minutes north of Columbia. And again, I was working in Charlotte, and my then fiance's job transferred her to Florence, and
Right.
I got on the internet and found a job with the city.
Wow.
And been here 10 years later.
That's tremendous. Yes, you are the Director of Community Services for the City of Florence.
Yes, I am.
What exactly is the Director of, or what are the responsibilities as Director of Community Services for the city?
Well, I manage a number of different departments with the city. Currently, I have the Animal Control Department. I have nuisance abatement, code enforcement. We have a housing program, emergency rehabilitation program, the affordable housing program, as well as our CDBG program, Community Development Block Grant program.
Okay.
I'm also responsible for working with our neighborhood organizations and being a liaison between the neighborhoods and the City of Florence.
That's tremendous.
Yeah, and try to cut out what some would consider the red tape of government.
Right, right. Of course, the Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce really spans a pretty large region. Your role, as you said, your paid job is in the city of Florence, but one of your big volunteer jobs is a pretty large area.
Well, certainly the Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce, as the name implies, it's larger than just the municipal boundaries or the corporate limits of Florence. Right. We actually extend all throughout the PD. We have members throughout the PD. Anyone who's doing business in Florence certainly can become a member of the Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce, and we welcome people. We have your viewership audience travels obviously the entire coast of North and South Carolina, right. And we have members even from North Carolina that are members of our Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, I bet, Scotty. I bet a lot. And folks even down here, I know some business in the Myrtle Beach area. Of course, Fox TV
certainly
is based in Myrtle, and Pete Sealer, I think you mentioned,
Pete is a wonderful
involved in the Building Bridges program.
Yes, Pete is actually leading our Building Bridges program this year. Pete has been wonderful for us. He brings a lot of insight, and he's very passionate about bringing people together and looking at the diverse issues, and again, trying to find some common ground. Pete's been a wonderful asset, so we love him in Florence.
Well, you know, I think you highlight, and as we think about, of course, we're on the eve of the kickoff of Black History Month, a lot of focus on racial diversity, but there's other aspects of diversity that the Building Bridges program has helped to bridge the gap, and I think Pete highlighted there was one of the moderators who came up from the Myrtle Beach area last year,
right,
to help oversee, as it was, as you say, in the workplace environment, it's not all about racial diversity.
No, that's the main one, and it gets most of the press and publicity.
Right.
But certainly we have a number of different diverse issues. Sexual orientation.
Right.
We talk about religion. We talk about the gang violence. We talk about education differences there. So we have a number of different diverse issues that we want to look at and target. Again, the sexual orientation and the religious ones actually have been the two that stir up the most controversy for us.
I bet, and really get folks talking as well.
Certainly, because most people are passionate and they have a belief that they've felt for years. They've grown up with that belief, particularly in the religion, that my religion is the way to go and it's the best religion, and others feel differently about it. Things of saying a prayer, blessing of a food, and how do you do that? When do you do that? Is that okay? So all of those issues come up. Again, sexual orientation in the workplace.
Right.
Do we provide benefits to same-sex? Do we recognize same-sex marriages? Should we? And if we do we provide benefits to those who are engaged in those activities? You know, all of those issues, the discrimination that occur sometimes overtly, sometimes certainly really in your face there. You know, how do we address those issues when we have that, particularly in the workplace? And sometimes it can get a little heated. Luckily, we do have trained moderators. We've been working with our local technical colleges there, Florence Darlington Technical College there. We're providing CEU, Continuing Education Unit credits there. So that's been wonderful for us. And again, the trained moderators really will kind of guide and limit some of the controversy that occurs. We want to have meaningful dialogue. We're certainly, this is not a shouting match.
Right.
It's professionally done. We read the newspapers. We look through the internet and do some research, bring up facts, figures, and some discussions. We certainly look at what's going on in our own backyard in Florence and your Myrtle Beach area.
Sure.
Anything that's going on there that may trigger some discussion and debate. But we do have moderators, and I think that's important for the viewers to know that it's not an area to come in and have a bickering session or get on a soapbox and dominate conversations. We will have facilitators to control the discussions.
You have hit the nail on the head. We could almost end the interview right now. I'm sorry we got another 15 minutes to go, because I think you've touched on all the reasons why our viewers would need to get out today. Out at 4 o'clock to Pointer, you said adult...
Certainly, Pointer Adult Education Center. Okay. And it's actually on the corner of Dargan and Florence, on the corner of Dargan and Palmetto Streets. And we're asking all your viewers to come out. As I said, it's sponsored by our Chamber of Commerce. With that being the case, we certainly look at the business aspect of it. How do these issues affect you in the workplace?
Right.
But we're asking others, retirees, whomever, to come out, middle management, whomever, to come out. human resource personnel will be excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent
Oh, yeah.
opportunity for them to understand and discuss some issues that they'll be affected with throughout their careers.
So it's not just open to Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce members.
No, Greg, it's open to everybody, all of your viewing area. And I
Right.
said earlier, it's $15, but for your viewing audience, they can come free.
Listen up. Wow. Did you all hear that? It's $15 cost for the 6-week program.
6 weeks
For
program,
the 6-week
$15.
program. But if you want to show up today at 4 o'clock, and if you can't be there today, think about coming out next Monday, February 4th,
Certainly.
to be there also at 4 o'clock. So
4
it's
o'clock.
each Monday for the next
Each
today.
Monday until March 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
4 o'clock, 4 to 6 p.m. And the reason we chose that time, we wanted the clients to invest 1 hour of their personal time and the companies to invest 1 hour. So most people generally get off at 5 o'clock. If the company would invest an hour in the program, as well as the employee. And we have some buy-in there with the employees and employers. But 4 to 6 p.m. on Mondays, every Monday from now, again, until March 3rd.
Well, we're hearing it from the chairman of the Small and Minority Business Division. Obviously, that offer to take advantage of it, whether folks, as you said, are coming from a business environment or retirees or others who just need to understand some of the important aspects of building bridges, whether in racial harmony as well as you said, sexual orientation and religious differences oftentimes in the workplace environment, but just in general in community writ large.
Right.
This is critical.
I think, again, on the religious aspect, we've had a number of preachers, people from different religious backgrounds, and we try to have a roundtable discussion and talk about some of the differences, some of the issues that they're confronted with, some things that they really don't like, they didn't understand about another religion or what have you.
Right.
So we hear from all sides, and we give each side equal time. It's nothing that we're going to say this is the right way or this is the wrong way. We'll say, what's going on in the world? How can we be more meaningful in what we do and what we say? How can we respect your opinion? Sometimes, if I don't know you, I don't understand your religious background, I could offend you and not know that.
Right.
And we want to
Right.
get some education out there about others and understand that, we only have this one world to live in. We only have one community that we're going to live in, and we're going to have different people around us throughout our lives. It's easier to get along now and understand it, and hopefully we can start change now, and our children won't have to do this because we will be one happy family.
Hopefully we will really have done that. Later this week, we've got Dr. Gwen Swinson who will be with us, who highlight. I'm looking forward to getting her in because I have the opportunity for her to highlight much of what she talks about is a desire to really bring folks together and recognize those differences, but also recognize a lot of similarities, a whole lot of similarities, and that's very important. The free scholarships that Pete may have talked to me to talk to you about is exactly what you're talking about for the Building Bridges program. Again, the ability to come out and get in free, particularly today, since
today,
you kick
come
off
out
the
today.
program,
It's
you know
the
there's
kickoff
enough
today.
room and
We
folks
do
won't
have
be
room.
turned away.
We won't turn them away. Certainly, if they want more information, they can call the Chamber at 665-0515.
Okay.
But we're asking them to come out today, 4 to 6 p.m. There's a $15 cost. Your viewers, don't worry about it. Mention that they saw it or heard about it on your show, and mention it to Pete Seiler. And so we'll waive that $15 fee, no problem at all.
So show up and say, I saw Scottie Davis this morning at 7, or if you go next Monday, you can say, I saw Scottie last Monday here on Fox TV. And, of course, Pete being the Florence sales manager for Fox TV, no relationship there, but it is a good symbiotic relationship with the station helping to promote, as well as WPD and BTW and CW21 and Time Warner Cable. You got a lot of broadcasters interested in the Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce, as well as some tremendous radio properties, Cumulus and Quantum, some great groups up in the area that really wrap around and support, as well as the Community Times. We talked about Larry Smith earlier in DBS Communications and his Black Family Expo and a lot of things that he's done, some tremendous avenues.
We've worked well with all of them. It's been a great partnership, actually, with the community at large. The media has been great to us, as you just rattle off all the media stations we have in Florence. We certainly got the exposure. The Chamber has been a huge recipient of great exposure throughout the media outlets, Community Times, media outlets, TV, radio, etc. It's been wonderful.
Right. Let's talk a little bit real quick for viewers who may not be able to get out there today or even any Monday leading up to. There's other things they can do at the Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce. I think we talked a little about if they joined, an opportunity to look into the Leadership Florence. Leadership
Florence is a wonderful program that we have, very similar to Leadership South Carolina. What the Chamber has done in the last several years is grab a group of people, about 30 or so individuals, on a 9-week seminar, 9-week program. I think it's on every Tuesday of the month.
Okay, so 9 months.
9-month program, excuse me.
No, sure.
On Tuesdays. And we'll go out and tackle the issues that are facing our community.
Right.
We look at all the issues that are facing the community, go into different plants that we have here, go into the hospital system, look at our educational system. How can we improve those educational systems? How can we partner with the educational systems?
Right.
Go to different industry, find out what exactly is going on in Florence, and how can we better our environment.
Right.
In our community. And it's a wonderful program. You get a lot of contacts. End of the year, we actually take a trip to Washington. It's called the Washington, D.C. trip.
Wow.
And we meet with our legislators in Washington and discuss the issues that we've gone through the 9-month seminars on, and discuss the issues facing Florence, and try to see if we can bring some of the bacon back home to South Carolina, and particularly to our Florence and PD region. So it's a wonderful event. We try to build our workforce that way, to give them better insight and not really just look at what's affecting your industry. Certainly, we're all in this thing together, as you talked about earlier. You know, if the banking industry is failing in Florence, then other industries will fall in Florence. If construction is off, you know, other industries will fall because we kind of interdependent on one another there. So we grab a group of particularly our middle management, people who haven't been in Florence a real long time, that we're trying to grow, and have them to buy into our community and feel a greater sense of responsibility and commitment to the city of Florence and the greater PD region.
This is a great reason for folks to join the Chamber. That is, Leadership Florence is open just to Chamber members?
Just to Chamber members.
Great, sure.
And I think that's in and of itself is a wonderful opportunity to join.
Right.
And the friendships and the professional relationships are just everlasting. I attended in 2001, and I'm still meeting and greeting and talking to people. But for the leadership class, I probably would have never met before. So it's been excellent. And now I have a directory of friends, professional friends that I can call at the drop of a dime. And it's been a wonderful experience.
I was online this morning, Scotty, at the Florence Chamber's website, the Greater Florence Chamber's website, and saw some great links to the Small and Minority Business Division, as well as, of course, the Building Bridges program. Some other pieces coming up in the near term, the doubleheader. What's the web address for the Chamber if a viewer wants to go online?
The web address is www.flowflochamber.com.
Okay.
Flowchamber.com. www.flowflochamber.com.
And you said 843-665-0515.
0515. That's the best number there.
For viewers, if they want to learn more about today's program, or they need to get off to school now, or get off to work, or get family off to school, they can call that number, obviously, to learn more about the program today. And if they can't be there today, just show up next week. There's enough happening, enough different on each of the 6 weeks for the Building Bridges program that if they miss one, maybe 2 of the 6 weeks, they can still get a lot if they go the other 4 or 5.
Certainly, they'll get a lot of information there. And as you talked about the website, I would like to mention that and highlight we've had over 2 million hits last year on that website.
No way.
So again, that's another great way that we promote businesses in Florence. We have all the information on the Building Bridges on the website. You can call if you want to speak live to someone, or if you're not in tune with the net. That 665-0515 number is the best way to get the Chamber, get the staff there. Come on out tonight, 4 to 6 p.m. We'll be there until March 3rd, every Monday from now to March 3rd. And again, if you missed the first one, come on in February, the first Monday in February, February 4th. We'll be there. Certainly come on out. It's only $15 cost. And again, for your viewers, we'll waive that fee.
Right. We got about 5 minutes. We've got some great little flyers sitting out here on the table. One's for an event this Thursday, I believe.
Certainly, this Thursday. It's called our Business After Hours, and it's at Fats Cafe. That's off the 9552 Exchange there. The Business After Hours is another wonderful event of the Chambers. We allow business persons to come into a restaurant, primarily restaurant, free food and drink.
Listen up.
Yes, and it's a
That's
networking
this Thursday,
opportunity.
The 31st.
This Thursday,
Right.
the 31st,
Right.
5 to 7:30 p.m., free food and drink, and it's a networking opportunity. And the cost is only 2 business cards.
Get down.
2
Wow.
business cards.
Wait, free food,
Free food, free
For
drink,
2 business
2
cards.
business cards.
Now, is that for chamber members only as well?
That's generally for chamber members
Right,
only.
right.
But chamber members can bring a guest,
Right.
and we encourage them to bring a
Right.
guest there. Again, it's a
Another
networking
great reason for
opportunity.
folks to join the chamber. If it
Exactly.
wasn't to get into leadership, Florence, if it's not to get into these business after hours, as well as learn about tremendous programs like the Building Bridges program, I don't know what would be a greater incentive.
Right, and we look at it. Generally, you hear about deals being made on the golf course.
Right.
Well, everybody doesn't play golf naturally, but here you can come out, casual setting, over some food and free drink there, and you can meet CEOs, executives, whomever there. Instead of trying to go in the office when they're real busy, you can corner them in this event. They're there to do business.
Right.
It's the place to see and be seen at our Business After Hours. We have actually several hundred people who attend each event, and it also showcases that business. Fats Cafe is doing wonderful in Florence.
Right.
It's their opportunity to showcase their business, showcase their culinary skills, certainly there, and again in an environment that's conducive to conducting business.
Absolutely. Scottie, another big event coming up on February 20th, I believe, for the Small and Minority Business
Certainly.
Division of the Chamber.
Certainly, that's our doubleheader program. We have a number of seminars that we provide each year through the Small and Minority Business Division. This is one that we're very proud of. We're dealing with the IRS, we're dealing with tax issues, we're dealing with human resources issues, ensuring that particularly our small and minority businesses are doing business and doing business correctly.
Right.
We want to get them ahead of the curve to ensure there are no problems down the line. We have South Carolina Department of Commerce there. The Labor Licensing Bureau will be there. A number of governmental and federal agencies will be there on hand in this doubleheader seminar. We start 9 in the morning. It's at the library, Drs. Bruce and Lee Library in Florence there. On Irby Street.
That is a beautiful facility.
It is a beautiful facility.
I'd almost
isn't it?
move to Florence just to have that library. Nothing against the other great libraries down here at the beach, but golly.
Oh yes, it's second to none.
And
We're
the
proud
Drs.
of it.
Bruce and Lee Foundation have also helped the Florence Little Theater and
Certainly.
so many other things
Yes.
for the PD. It's incredible.
Yes, yes. The Drs. Bruce and Lee Foundation has been wonderful.
Yeah.
They've actually changed the face of Florence with
Right.
the millions of dollars of investment. And I think that speaks volume of Florence because that organization actually believes in Florence that much
Right.
to put in that much money into our infrastructure. It's been wonderful.
It is incredible. It must be thrilling for you in your position with the city of Florence to have seen that change. You said it's been 10
Certainly.
years for you now,
I've been,
Scott.
10 years.
Yeah.
Time has flown by, but it's been 10 years, and I've seen Florence really grow into the diamond that we knew she could be years ago, and it's really the hub of the PD, and it's a wonderful place to be.
Did you ever imagine that, growing up in Winsboro and then being in Charlotte for a while and being at Campbell Law School and thinking about your connections to these Tar Heel state institutions that you would end up, and just hearing you talk about the jewel that she could be, hearing you talk about Florence, it must be pretty exciting.
It is.
Did you ever
exciting.
imagine?
I never imagined I would be in Florence.
Yeah.
Certainly, I knew about Florence. As most of your viewers, you know
Right.
about it coming, particularly out of North Carolina, on your way to the beach. And kind of a stopover place there. But Florence is actually a great place to be. I have kids now, and it's a wonderful place to raise a family.
Oh, yeah.
I really missed Charlotte the first year or so I was here, but now it's I don't know if I ever go back to the Tar Heel
Right,
state.
right.
I'm really in love with Florence and the PD region.
Speaking about raising kids, we hear Tom Marshall always talk about the Mayfly Air Show.
Yes, wonderful air show. It's going to be Memorial Day weekend this year, as it was last year.
Right.
We're praying for no rain. Wonderful event. We have corporate sponsorships are available. We have businesses that can bring in, have a picnic, have their employee picnics there. Honda of South Carolina, actually a large employer in Florence area, actually had their employee picnic there a few years ago. So it's a wonderful, fun, family-filled event. Kids from all ages, 8 months to 80 years old, will enjoy it. We even have helicopter rides. You have trucks that have jet engines on them, racing other airplanes. Wonderful all-day. Actually, it's a 2-day event.
Right.
Wonderful event in Florence. We've been up and down the East Coast, and there's nothing like it. This has really put Florence on the map, and we have people literally from 2 and 3 states away coming in. We have all the branches of government and the big airplanes there. One of the ones that I loved, I kind of got a chance to go in, it's the airplanes that actually go in to look into the hurricanes and the tornadoes, and that huge plane, and to talk to those pilots, you kind of wonder about a guy who's actually a drive into the storm there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's really exciting for us. It's a wonderful time, wonderful event. The whole community wraps around that event. It's been great for us.
Scottie, sorry to say we've run out of time. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Very definitely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Scottie Davis, the chairman of the Small and Minority Business Division of the Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce, coming up next. If you want to discover how understanding each other promotes harmony, today's the day. Scottie Davis has just opened that door. 4 to 6 p.m., Pointer Adult Center, corner of Dargan and Palmetto, 6-week program, 2008 Building Bridges kicks off today. Get out there. You heard him talk about it. The opportunity, if you're not there today, you can get out there next Monday, February 4th. If you can't be here either of these two, get out between now and March 3rd on some Monday, hopefully all 6 Mondays, to learn about building bridges and bringing the community together. Make a difference. Go online to flowchamber.com or pick up the phone 843-665-0515. When you get there, say you saw it on Carolina People and you can get in for free. Save $15. Scottie Davis.